This is very, very special what we're experiencing, and I welcome you to be open to what's going to be gifted energetically, being one of the parts of the sacred prophecy of what now is, with the portal that is open and present, and all of the light beings of us who are also present. We're calling in what's necessary, so let us do this. Ascension activations. The great purge and purification. To the sacred, celestial, ethereal, galactic, Ohana, and to all creation who are present. Pleiades also. Belatoron to the expansions of all creation. Washing in a sweet purification and cleansing. Light and forgiveness, transformation, transmuting into transformation, transmuting into what's needed to heal in those areas that we have, that the removals have been accomplished in. Hasha, yeah, Kasha, yeah, Nini, Ahum, hey, ahum, hey, ahum, hey, ahum, hey. Yeah, wama, 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 yeah, wama, 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 yeah, wama, wama, wama. Playing in the oceans of light. ground, yeah, 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 Akasha. Yeah, 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 Akasha. Om. Washing in and comprehension and awareness, sacred clarity. What must be removed from your past experiences that has been emotionally affecting you. That energy, that suffering, the irritation, the grief, the suffering, the experiences and the memories. Praying in peaceful release. Stopping the cycles that are unneeded. Calling in sacred miracles. Sacred buffalo and deer and cedar, honorably gathered, prayed with and created. Thank thee for the prayers. Thank thee for the intentions and the expansions. Thank thee for the sacrifice and the offering. I ask that you work with us in these experiences. We thank you for the offering gifted. Yeah, wow, yeah, 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 crown, yeah, 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 wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Xiao ma wa, yeah, wow, ma wa. Zezenakasha, yeah, rao. Praying in a roundabout relief. So right now we're working through this area and to all creation, raising up the heart, releasing what's needed to release. Right now we have very beautiful experiences to do this right now. And being with who I am and who thou art, doing this together is very important. As I am part of the Seven Sisters Prophecy, I call it siblings because I don't do gender now. As the white turtle woman, even though I don't do gender, that's what they titled, and of Red Star woman, which red star and white light. And the medicine that I bring to thee is very expansional, very heart healing, very soul expansional, very purifying, also passionate, and helps break through the areas that need to be released, also removing blockages and unneeded deceptions, and so much more. But this is some of what's being offered right now. Hi, Purnima. washing in that acceptance that many of us are shining like beacons of light. Many of us are releasing the unneeded energies, the unneeded experiences, energies and vibrations and feelings and memories. Washing in the memories of the Akashic memory, the positive, the high vibration, the, oh, I remember who I am energies. So that as the I am, that we remember the I am presence of our soul's truth, our soul's purest truth, then it's much easier. Very much loving embrace, O sacred loving. Thank thee, Esmaldo, for thy message. Clearing the areas of the crown so that it's easy to have the eyes wide open, mohawk. Like I'm working on the crown right now, you feel opening. Bringing some freedom from the neck and the shoulders from others' energies that were put on thee in that way. No harm to I for doing this. And bringing healing to those who are also involved. With pure love and light we shine. Putting in the light codes, and it's very light, pure light. Everywhere. Jawo na wa ye na wa ye ya wa ye ya wa ma wa ye ya wa ye ye ya wa ye ya wa ye ya wa ye ra ye wa do ye ra sha ye ka sha ye ma Wado ye ra sham ye ra shaka sha ye honoring all who are present with us here, all the sacred loved ones who have, all the chosen, all of the beloved who come to be with us and to help us in these experiences, the sacred portal of light that is visible and open, the expansions of all of us who have risen, and we are coming into our sacred heights of being as we are meant to be. Activations by removing what's necessary to help your soul stretch. So I'm going to be doing some removals. Welcome all of it to our present. Removing what's necessary, sacred celebrations. All who are present with us in these experiences. I'm going to let you know it's really beautiful. Councils who are more than present, really helping with us, working with us all together. And I am of the High Council. I am of the ones who you have read of and acknowledge are come here now. And we are very many, and we love you very deeply. And so with the release, a really beautiful action to do is to have your crystal beings around thee I suggest you have them. Light a candle. I'm not allowed to light the candles right now because I'm bringing in the sacred waters, urus. But you're welcome to light a candle, or you're welcome to get some sacred waters and anoint yourself. But this is definitely ceremony to do cleansing. So with the waters, with the air, with the incense, with the fires, and with Gaia, you can start to help yourself cleanse also, wiping yourself in the areas that you feel like you have energy built up, just dousing it. If you want to get the waters and the candles ready, I'll sing in a blessing to help with the removal, so that I'm helping you dress your candle with light, and no harm can come from that.
Jawa mawaye awa mawaye mawaye mawaye
Expanding that blessing into all creation. I'm not going to focus on the way I'm not going to think about it.
Jawa mawaye yawaye yawaye yawaye.
Pushing in that expansion of light, expanding. Asking that those planes go bye-bye. To the depths within our sacred homes, planets, and to the expansions of all creation, deeply expansional, creating more sacred grids within our sacred home planets that we have, our womb homes that we have, as I like to say, beautiful wombs of creations, activations to heal the hearts of these sacred wombs, of all the sacred wombs of creations, to heal all of the sacred beings and loved light beings that are creators, that have created, that are creating, that are waking up into who they are, that all of us sacred light beings present, that we may heal everywhere, that there be peacefulness into all creation, that all creation rises together peacefully, coexistingly. Removing what's necessary from the heart and from the cores within the depths. Praying and healing to sacred Gaia and to all creation, into all creations, to all of our sacred wombs of creations. Creating light layers, what's necessary, what's imminent to help. Do protections and to recreate. Pushing through the expansions that are necessary. Jawa mawa mawa Feel the peacefulness slipping in and expanding all of it. Thank thee for being present. Thank thee for being and waking and rising and choosing to come through. Thank thee for being strong even through the experiences where you feel like you just couldn't keep moving forward. Thank thee, thank thee, thank thee for trying, for continuing to not let go, and for trying and trying. Thank thee. It is not in vain. So be gentle on thy vessels. You are trying. We are trying. We are doing what we must. I'm calling in the guardians of light, those of us who have many. I'm calling in the light doctors also, our family, the soul tribes. This is a very beautiful experience. Some might consider a holiday when our sacred lights are shining so brightly always. But this experience right here is for a reason, and all of us can benefit from this experience with pure release, what's necessary to release that which is not sustainable for thy vessel in the highest, purest vibrations, and also to receive purity, receive relief, receive light expansions, as well as activations. We're very, very much ready and open for this. So I welcome you to sit up straight, breathe in light through your nose, that light feel the expansion. Creating a temple-like presence within creation, expansional, very pure. When I say temple, I'm not saying like a confined, trapped place that's not comfortable. I'm saying a sacred, open place that is very, very precious, very loved, very, very sacred, very felt in that presence of way, and raising up the vibrations, raising up the soul expansions into creation to heal like that too. Also taking in what's necessary here into all the creations everywhere to help sustain wellness, abundance, nourishment, abundance, with plenty, feeling plenty within the soul, that you don't have to be lacking. As the soul shines brightly, we have less needs in those ways that are not needed. I'm removing some of those who have addictions. I'm removing some of the addictions by transmuting that and praying in healing for those spirits that were connected to you, and so that they don't have to continue to swarm and look for others to attach to in that way. Praying in open realms for those who need to go into them, for those other places that they can be at and feel happy without harming others. Okay, I'm doing some removals and some movement to where they have to be moved to. You'll feel some opening up inside of thee also, which is really helpful. Experience the transformation. I want you to be reminded, so that, like the death into life existence that you perceived existing, taking from that idea and transmuting and transforming that into being a light being that is infinite, not having to die, not having to have an expiration, not having to transform in that way, not having to say goodbye to your loved ones who are actually here, and acknowledging that some beings have already transformed, but the reason why you can see them and experience them is because you need to work on heart healing from those experiences. So comprehending where here is right now, where we are, why everything has changed so much, so, and what now is, and what to expect to come. Not expect, but what to, I don't want you to think about expectations, what to feel into openly accepting coming. So massive healings will continue to continue. Massive physical healings, emotional, spiritually, even those who had things happening with their crown, where the activations help your crown get utilized in more than one area. So you're not only working with some certain areas, you know, they're like, are you left brain? Are you right brain? And they only teach you to use just a tiny little bit of that beautiful crown that you got there. So when you step out of that little limiting box that they told you was normal, which really isn't normal at all, it's actually very sad, and it's not healthy for your soul or your soul's development. So breaking out, breaking free from that will allow your crown to open. Some of the are like, do you get migraines some moments? It's because it's lessening the area that you were using, that you're overusing and stimulating that was unneeded, and opening up the areas that are needed and necessary. So the best thing that you could do during the ascension transformations is to practice the activation one pose, where you push up where your crown meets your neck, and you can roll it like that. You're pushing into that part of your crown. This activates that area of your crown. Breathing in light. Heart open. Let your arms be up there. Keep massaging through that. And you'll notice that you start to feel some movement, and it'll also relieve your sinuses. So it's also going to relieve the congestion that you had built up there. And so it's going to come through. You can swallow it. You can spit it out. Whatever you feel like doing with that. But it goes right through the back of the throat. So it doesn't often come through your nose. It goes to the back of the throat, which is fine. And then your stomach will cleanse. So as you're experiencing the upgrades and the transformations, because even your face will begin to change and transform, you'll notice that you start to look transformed. Even I'm growing taller, and I have another loved, they say that you stop growing 18, but we don't believe in age, and we don't really limit ourselves to what we're expected to do. So we're getting taller and more. I feel really rejuvenated, and it's amazing to be here now and to experience this. And the more that we accept the healings that are happening, the easier it is. If you say no, you can't, no, you don't, there's obstacles, there's blocks, and you just don't know, you think someone's done something to you, and you're inside of You're like this. We got to get you open. So practicing the activation pose is going to help you to get away from that energy. And once you start to pull your soul stretch out and up and around, energetically, it'll act like mirrors from others' attacks on you also, if they're trying to hurt you energetically, spiritually, mentally, or emotionally in that way, when the soul is shining, when the heart is healing, and when there's the will to survive. Some call it the will to survive, but it really is about us shining and being. That is how we heal. We must accept that we are worthy to have our soul shining brightly, to have healing through the heartache, which is possible when our soul is shining brightly. And breathing in light, expanding that light, and continuously working in that is going to help you to get to where you need to be, away from the obstacles, away from the judgments, away from the harm, and away from others causing you to feel less than. And if it's you who is making yourself feel like that, it wasn't exactly your fault doing that to yourself. It wasn't your voice that you were hearing. It was your experiences that you went through that caused you to get to that point of doubting yourself and your worth. So you have to go into those experiences, see what trigger causes that, look and see what happens, identify it, and say, I am not going to continue to suffer from that. I release that with beautiful light. I accept that I'm washing myself through that experience. And see your vision, see the vision of the beginning, bathed with light. Call in the light, Ohana, bathed with light. And now I'm going to ask those who are present with thee, who have been working on you since we called them in. There. So the room should feel really clean. Those of you who are watching the whole, if you look around, you'll notice that it looks a bit sparkly or shiny with light. You'll feel peacefulness about, and take feeling, be aware like who's present also. You can feel my presence, but you could also feel others also. So feeling into who else you can also feel there. Praying in some peacefulness for those of thee who are really working through that right now, acknowledging the reason why so much is coming up for you to be aware of is that those are the areas that you have to heal through. And these are those moments. It's tiptoeing to the point where we are discussing. You have to be trying to accomplish the areas of the houses where Uranus is in Taurus and in those houses. So acknowledge, does that fit into those groups? Does that fit into where Uranus is in Taurus in the house that on your natal chart for now shows that you need to work on? So acknowledging what that is, and I'm going to pray in an activation to help you to comprehend how to start working towards what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, welcome, Carol. Oh, sacred. Oh, I feel hugged. Love thee too. I love thee all who are present. Okay.
Zriyan, zriya, ground, zriya, driyan, zriya, ground, yeah, gekta, skrai, lasha, zan, yeah, trau, yeah, ground, yeah, rafil, yeah, ground, zadgil, yeah, ground, Gabriela, yeah, ground, Yuriya, yeah, grauna Metatron, yeah, grauna Sophia, yeah, grauna I am, yeah, wama, 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 wama. Wama, 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 hey.
There, it'll be very easy. It feels very, very cooling. So much beautiful. I was praying for you also, Teddy. Just now, I'm so glad that you wrote that message because I was envisioning thee while I was doing some of the prayers. It's really nice, all of these, to feel your presence also, because I'm learning the names with the faces, because your names are not exactly as I remember them, or as I see your names to be when I look at your souls and I remember who you are. Some of the I don't even call thee by the name that you were given at birth. I'll call thee from the name that I remember thee as, because it feels safe, because it feels like it tastes nice, so it's okay. But it feels like what I'm supposed to be doing. So Lily, your name has been Clara Annabelle before. Clara, Annabelle, and you know what's really trippy is that the name Lucifer is like showing the name Lucifer. So I feel like you have a connection with that name pertaining to. It's not saying that there's something wrong with thee. Just kind of feel into what that feels like. Clara's nice. I believe I met you when you were Clara. And then the other one that I know you from in the other home planet is a sound and a smell. So it's like and then there's some other sounds like that go into it too. There's multiple octaves, and there's some movement in the inside the mouth to define about you, so that the sounds and the clicks, they have definition and depth. Ooh, prayers. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. First, I send light out to the children, to the sacred creations, and then I send light out to, like, if there's a child that's experiencing something, I look to make sure it's not a little one, and then I see also the expansion of what's happening, And I release the worry, the concern, and the fear, and then bring in a peacefulness, a comforting, and help relieve pain if there's pain there, and see if I'm allowed to help to bring mending. So if they're like bleeding or something, if I'm able to bring in mending for them, and also having the presence of Archean present is also helpful for those who are working through considered emergency situations. Did you say? So I'm seeing that in Denmark that's what I'm saying, Denmark, you were named Jill. But for you, you don't feel like you have a name like that. It feels like you're from the, I don't want to offend, and so I know that there are certain visions based on certain types of beings depending on their inhabitant and the way that they are created. I'm praying that that's not an issue. I'm praying that there's no segregations based on that. But it feels like you go, so it feels like you have some draconian ancestry. There's definitely Illuminati in your like with your family, and you have some fae, a bit of fairy. Also, you're a nice mixture. Let's see, what else do you have? Lyra. Yeah, and then also Syrian. So you have quite a mix. So there's multiple names. You know, when we do have quite a mix, it shows and reveals that we have very much about us and the way that we are also. And so you have many names, but the closest to a name that I could get from you was Jill, and that you're in Denmark, and that your family loved you very much. So you have a part of you that enjoys to have loved ones who are really close, but there's moments when you just want to have alone, like you don't really want others around you. So you go through moments when you're like in that pod, and then you come out, you're like, okay, and then you go into that. And that's totally natural. That's part of being who you are. But acknowledge that your soul is not limited to only a couple of incarnations, that you're from multiple places also. And so chiming in, especially right now with what right now is, we have such an availability to our sacred family who are present. And so we must embrace these experiences and allow them to help us release what is necessary to release. So I'm going to continue to work on this. I'll come on and do another. Today, this is ceremony for what now is, but I will do a special. I'll do a special video for names or something like that, or you could write me and I'll write you. I guess I could just click on your names and send you a message when I get a chance to scroll through. That's what I'll do. It makes it easier. So I'm going to continue working in the ceremony, and then I'm going to have to do what I do as a parent, because Lovey is being so patient over here, sitting down and waiting to play with me. Okay. Yes, Lily, Lucifer, definitely a light being also, and has been healing. I met multiple beings who have traces of Lucifer and others in them. Like I've seen beings with multiple traces of others who have been known to have a presence, and it's not all of us come through in multiple bodies. Like I came through, and and I chose that I'm not going to let others channel me, so I pulled my energy into I, and that way I don't allow others to channel me and anymore like that, because I'm here. And
and this is our rise up. So those who were channeling before, they get to find out who their souls are, and so that they're not trying to be someone that they're not, and they're acknowledging that they have abilities that they were birthed with, and that it's not going to, that they can't always pull in other souls into themselves to give them messages, because those of us who they used to do that, we have risen, and I'm not wanting to go into comas anymore so that they can utilize me in that way. So yeah, but with pure love, I'm thankful that they did care to share messages and healing in those ways. So thank thee, all who did that, for the loving efforts and the compassion that you were able to give to them, and the acknowledgement that you are learning about who you are, and that there's other ways to create prosperity without having to rely on channeling. When you, yeah, like actually pulling on the soul of the divine who are already present is not necessary. It's better for us to be in our vessels so that we can do the work that we're meant to do. And then our souls, we can expand many places as presence, as you've been able to feel with AMAYAIJAH, also with Winwi. Oh, beautiful, Teddy. Yes, is very natural, especially for the light. Awakened into the light it's just like so natural when you're in the centering, because your tongue naturally goes onto the top of the roof of the mouth, so it's totally easy and natural. Okay, I will read those who want to know your soul names. That's so sweet. So I'll send you messages. I'll take moments to go through, and I'll tell you what I see and what I feel your names are. Those of thee who do have the names already, we'll see if those are the accurate names that you were given, and if they are grown. Some of our names transform. Our spiritual names, they grow with us. Like mine was AMAYAIJAH, which is Maya, like the Maya, but not the illusion. I'm not an illusion. I'm the eraser of the illusions and the awakener of what is, and creating the heaven here, and into all creation, doing what's necessary and imminent to be a loving help and create the cures needed now, co-create the cures needed now. So the name changed to AMAYAIJAH, which is AMAYAIJAH. So it's spelled AMAYAIJAH. And it transformed as I transformed also. And it's grown now. Do you want to play, Lovey?
Are you done?
Do you want to play?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Tell me when you want to play, okay?
Wait.
Thank you. Oh, thank thee, Angela. Look at that view, and oh, sweet. Look at Angela's photo. It's very happy light being. Oh, look at that soul. Wow. It likes to scream a lot, huh? It likes to raise the voice. That one, Lovely, loves to scream really loud. Okay, so I'm gonna come on again at 11, probably around 11:11 or 11, to prepare for the ceremony this evening. I'm going to attempt to create an altar where I'm at, and then I'm going to make an altar where I'm at, and then set up a sacred crystal grid, and I'm going to be working with all of us and bringing in more solutions, more cures, more activations, more cleansings, more pure love and light expansions, and also the reconnection with those loved ones who are present with us. It's very, very much, you can feel them, especially we can feel them with the realms that, like, it's very, very, very open now. So many places, so many realms. So acknowledging who's present, why they're present, and all of that beautifulfulness that comes with that. Thank thee
for being sacred. Thank thee for being loved. Thank thee for trying. I love you so much. Thank you, my children. Thank you, sacred loved, sacred creation. Om. Celebrate